What is happening, everybody? My name is Bright Life. This is my fancy shirt. I wore a small, so you'd think I'm more buff than I actually am. And today I want to talk to you about my class tier list in LOTRO for 2022 as someone who hasn't played any of the classes. Let's jump into it. All right, now we did this on stream. You can always join us over there on twitch.tv/BrightLifeCommunity. I would love to have you, but we had a great time because my chat suggested that we would do a tier list for classes without me knowing anything about any of the classes. So obviously this one's just for memes, but it's a lot of fun. But before we jump into that video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this, but also what class do you think is the highest, most S tier class? And let me know why down in the comments, but let's jump into this video.
The class tier list from the guy who's not played most of the classes, okay? From what I remember 15 years ago, and I do not have a good memory, and from a guy that I know what the classes are. I've read up on them, okay? All right, let's do this. Let's start with one that I know. Let's talk about the champion. Now, the champion is a great class. It is the physical DPS. You get big two-handed swords. You get two swords. Apparently they can tank now, although I still refuse to believe that because back in my day, tanks were tanks, and Guardians were the only tanks in the game. Anybody that said they were a champion tank was wrong. They were wrong. They were wrong. And that is not true. Now listen, as a physical DPS, I know that, and here's my reasoning for where I'm going to put these guys. I'm going to put champion a little bit high on this list because they can have over 1 million health. They're the first character with over 1 million health that I saw. They can use a shield. They do have a shield, but they suck at tanking back in my day, and I've not tanked with a champion, so I'm just going to continue to believe what I believe. Champions, A tier class. Apparently good in PvP because I see a lot of them with PvP ratings. They can have over 1 million health, which is really cool. It was the first class that I ever saw with over 1 million health. I've seen a lot of really cool transbogs on champions, and they can carry 2 swords, which is awesome. They can carry 2 swords. It's the coolest thing. So obvious A tier class, 100% easy A tier class. Come on, guys. Anything that carries 2 swords at once is A tier. Okay, here we go. Guardian. The Guardian. The Guardian, my friends, is the only tank in the game. This is the only tank in the game. You don't need another tank. If you have a Guardian and you need a second tank for your raid, go get another Guardian. S tier. Easy S tier class. Guardian is the tank. One of my best friends played a Guardian whenever I used to lead the Rift raid, and let me tell you about this. Let me tell you, I don't know anything about endgame tanking right now. Let me tell you about it. He was the best tank. He was my best friend. I would message him like, dude, can you tank the Rift raid? And he'd say, yeah, dude. And then we go. And if he said no, I just wouldn't do it. Maru says, I thought you were trying to convince me that Wardens are tanks. Listen, I need you to stop holding me to what I said 3 streams ago. I've changed my mind 18 times since then, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I played so much more of this game. Cappy has to be S tier. Better be S. It can do everything pretty well. Okay, Vaniel, let's rank Captain. You asked for it. Captains are freaking dope. You want to know why captains are dope? Because they can have Oathbreakers help them. Come on, it's like Aragorn. Captains are awesome. Captains are so sick, but here's the problem with captains. And again, it comes down to personal experience, but I think I'm objectively right on this. You see, captains back in the day tried to convince me that they could tank. They did. They tried to convince me that they could tank. They said, hey, guess what, dude? Captains can tank. No, they cannot. No, they cannot. Captains cannot tank, and the guy that told me that they were tanks, just wrong. It's just not true. Just not true. Let's move on from that uncontroversial decision. Listen, let me tell you about, okay, you're right. They do give buffs, E tier. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Hunter. One of the best classes in the game. For sure. One of the best classes in the game. The Hunter is incredible. The Hunter is the most incredible class in the game. The Hunter, and this is mostly because I played a Hunter growing up. The Hunter, you are Legolas. If you play an Elf Hunter, you are the most original, cool person in the game. We're going to put Hunters at S tier. Let's talk about Lore Masters. Lore Masters, you needed a Lore Master 15 years ago. Lore Masters were so dang good. The sword and the staff, incredible. Absolutely incredible. I love Lore Masters. Lore Masters are going to B tier. They can heal their pet. They can have bears. I live in California. California's flag and our official animal is the bear. So therefore, Lore Masters, B tier for bear. B tier for, because you guys think this is going to be a good tier list? I've never played these classes. You guys are defending them like I've played them. I don't know anything about these classes. Okay, here we go. Listen, minstrels. Minstrels were the most selfless, amazing creatures ever. Healing was awful back in the day. It was so crappy to be a healer. Like that was back in the day with minstrels. Like if you see a level 140 minstrel that has played since release, they are the best, most selfless people you've ever met. Okay? To heal in an MMORPG back in 2007 was like a social death sentence. If you let the group wipe even once, you were like ostracized. So to be a good minstrel meant something. It was so good. Minstrels are S tier. Minstrels are S tier. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Burglars. I don't know anything about burglars. Burglars. I have no idea about them. I've never played one. I never really wanted one for my raid. They were fine. They had some good debuffs, but like C tier. I just don't know them. I'm sure it's great, but I literally like when I'm talking about I have no idea about burglars. I literally have no idea about burglars. Okay. Warden, easy S tier. Warden is an easy S tier. Okay. Let's move on to the Beorning. The Beorning turns into a bear. B for bear tier. B for bear tier. Okay. Let's talk about the Rune Keeper. The Rune Keeper is able to do lightning strikes. That's all I know. That is all I know about them. I like. You guys want to know what I know about Wardens? This much. Or I'm sorry, about Rune Keepers. They do really sick lightning strikes. Like I'm telling you, they are the coolest lightning strikes ever. We're putting them right above champion at A tier, just because of that lightning strike emote. That's all I need. That's all I need. Lazy says that Beornings are C max tier. No, Beornings are bears, so they go in the bear category. That's what the B tier is for. It's the bear category. And then lastly and finally, Brawlers apparently are extraordinarily broken class. Apparently they're amazing. They can do anything. But you know what, guys? Life isn't easy. It's not easy. Life was not designed to be easy. Life is hard. You don't get anywhere without hard work and dedication. F tier for the Brawler. F tier for the Brawler. And you know what? Lord of the Rings Online devs, right behind the Warden. Right behind the Warden. There's the official tier list of someone who has not played any of the classes and knows nothing about this game beyond level 50. Wait, Maru says that burglars can dual wield swords. Are you serious? They can? Burglars can dual wield swords? A tier. Easy. There you go. Thank you, Maru. See? You see how you taught me? And now I take your criticism and I turn it into something good. Burglar is A tier because they can dual wield swords.
All right, well, that was my memed out class tier list. What did you think? Were you offended? Did you totally agree with me? Did I get it right as someone who hasn't played all the classes? Either way, be sure to let me know in the comments below. But friends, thank you so much for watching. Well, friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more if you'd like to. Leave a like on the video. It really helps me out a lot. And as always, I want you to know two things. You are so much more loved than you know, and you are so much more valuable than you realize. I hope you have an incredible day, my friend, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like. It's totally free to do. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, I'm live on Twitch over at twitch.tv/brightlifecommunity. We're a community of positive and uplifting gamers. Come find a friend to raid with, grab loot with, and just enjoy life together with. Hope you have an awesome day. Be blessed, and you are so loved and so valuable.